citizen.
Out of many
we are world citizens. Same vision is for equal rights and justice for the people them. What's happening to this beautiful world that we're living in? World citizen, lift up your voices.
Welcome to a mega meeting. It's the live from Rotary mega meeting here in the beautiful Rotary House of Friendship. We're there. We see the Peace Park. We'll give you a little view of that.
Here we are at the Rotary International Convention in Calgary, and we're in the middle of the wonderful Peace Park. As you can see, quotes from around the world and wonderful speakers. We have Shekhar, Metta open the program right here. And if you come over here to the right next to the Rotary Club of World Peace booth, you'll see Gandhi and Eleanor Roosevelt, and you'll see some of the people we've had as speakers on our prior mega meetings, top Rotary key people, and Shekhar Metta has agreed to be interviewed. He's going to be on video because they wouldn't give him a visa. Crazy border stuff going on. Anyway, so here's Eleanor Roosevelt, the author of the architect of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and she is in our movie, The World is My Country. And here we have Ira Helfman, a great speaker on nuclear war prevention, and this terrific project here, Imagine World Peace, and the QR code you can scan to find out about all the wonderful E-Club projects here. We have fabulous speakers, like the most recent one was Dean Alp of the Rassin and Jimmy Carter School for Peace and Conflict Resolution. And we're hearing about how they're carrying on Carter's work for a new generation of peace builders. And then you can hear our podcast, Mega Meeting Podcast. We had over 500 people from 84 different nations at our podcast with Jimmy Carter and with Stephanie Urchik, RI President, and celebrating the life of Jimmy Carter. So come to there on our People Powered Planet podcast, and you can also find out more about all the magic of Rotary and how the magic of Rotary can overcome wars and divisions and strife and unite the world for good. We're giving away little magic wands here, magic bubble wands with how people can unite the world for peace. And we also have fabulous projects like Mediators Beyond Borders, International Cities of Peace, Pathways to Peace, the project in Ukraine, promoting resilience and hope in Ukraine, and then carrying on Gandhi's principles of nonviolence in a forum for children and bully-proof. And so, Gandhi, thank you for your amazing teachings on nonviolence and helping us lead the way. And thank you, everybody. Join us at the People Powered Planet podcast.
We have Barry Rassin here, the former president of Rotary International. And here we have Rudy, who's runs the Rotary E-Club and started the Rotary E-Club of World Peace, and his wonderful wife, Karen, who's the one behind it all, puts out a fabulous newsletter, etc. Rudy, can you go ahead and tell us a little bit, and tell Barry, maybe he already knows, but tell him a little bit about how you got it started with our club, about the wonderful peace conference we've done, and some of the projects we're doing.
Well, thank you very much. Again, I'm Rudy Westerveld. I'm a district governor in District 5030 in Southern California. And in 2016, we put on the Rotary World Peace Conference in Ontario, California. It became a presidential conference from President Bennett at the time. He made it one of his presidential conferences. After that, after bringing 150 experts and peace builders together, I said, you know what? Those folks need to be in Rotary. And so we founded and chartered the Rotary Club of World Peace. And we're now up to 86 members in 7 countries and 26 states in the U.S., promoting peace and peace building and conflict prevention around the world together. So thank you very much.
And what do you have to ask or say to Barry Rassin about the conference here today?
So this is a great convention.
Oh, was that other one blocked?
No.
Okay.
And this is again a great convention here, and there's been quite a focus on peace here, especially with some of the peace fellows that have been up on stage presenting. We saw that there's a new the scale grant coming out, grant of scale, going to be down in Colombia. That's going to be focusing on peace building, and so we're really excited about that new grant that's going to be executed there in that arena. then we also have right here in the House of Friendship, a great Rotarian, Al Jubitz, is sponsoring this peace club that you can see here, and surrounded by the different committees, organizations that have Rotary have peace work here. But then we also have presentations up on stage during the House of Friendship here, and so we certainly welcome a great peace builder, and Rotary National President here. Very glad to have you with us.
So good to be here, and I really appreciate what you all are doing to sensitize everybody just to what we can do in Rotary to help bring peace to our communities.
So let me ask you that question. How can the magic of Rotary overcome wars, divisions, and strife and unite the world for good?
It's all about us keep doing what we do. Work with each of the areas of focus because they each contribute to peace. Keep doing what we do to eradicate polio. We eradicated disease. We help people in that community to be able to be more productive in their lives. So everything we do works toward the magic of Rotary to bring peace to our world.
So can you envision Rotary one day saying that our goal is to eradicate war?
That's extreme, to be quite honest. We need to work toward it, but it's the governments of the world who have to make sure we don't. That being said, the Peace Fellows have been around so long, they now sit at the table with NGOs, with governments. They have an opportunity to really make a difference and to have a say in how to reduce conflict in communities. So they certainly are a big part of taking us to eliminate war.
Fantastic. Well, in the background here, you'll see one of the very, very recent speakers at the Rotary E-Club of World Peace, Dean Alp. He used that shortened version, Dean Alp, of the Rosalind and Jimmy Carter School for Peace and Conflict Resolution. And they set up a Peace Technologies department. And we had a wonderful podcast, as you can see, with Stephanie Urchik and all about the way they're training a new generation of peace builders to follow in Jimmy Carter's school footsteps. And one of the things we're working on with them is in the Peace Technologies department, as they're developing it, is we're looking to develop an app called SmartGov, where we can kind of bring to the top the highest and best wisdom of each individual. We have all these fantastic people all around the world, all trying to do good, all trying to help others. You know, it's funny. Everybody in the world is trying to do good. The suicide bomber so loves his community or so loves God or whatever that he's willing to die for his cause. Well, soldiers all over the world are dying because they're trying to do good. But the doing good has gotten misdirected. And what we're working on is if we can bring out what is the true will of the people on the planet, maybe we can get all this energy of people doing good into coherence, so it's working together to save our planet rather than destroying it. So we're all a community, and that's what we need to build, a community of the world. How does that sound?
You're absolutely right. That's what we need is one community. But it all starts one conversation at a time, one relationship at a time. Got to get to know each other from different sides, help understand each other, and then compromise. That's where we have to go.
Great. My last question for you is, what for you have been the highlights of this Rotary International Convention in the area of peace building?
The highlight of the convention is really the House of Friendship, where you have every aspect of Rotary is here. Every aspect is available for every member, every person who's come to see the convention can learn more about the various things that we do in Rotary. And that's really important. The peace part, so that we really can, and all day long, we're talking about peace and various aspects of peace. And all day long, it's full. The crowds are here. They want to know. We as members want to know what we can do about helping to bring peace to our world. So that's a great sign.
Fantastic. Can you show us that peace part?
Sure.
Let's go ahead and walk over.
You want to walk over to the peace part?
Okay. And one more over here, you can get a picture. Okay. So let's show us the peace part and what's going on here. I think we're between speakers right now.
We are. One just ended. I spoke yesterday on bringing peace through each of our areas of focus, which is what we need to do. Everything we do contributes to peace, and we need to appreciate that. And we were able to hear that at the Peace Park with all the various speakers we have all the time.
And then tell us about what's going on around here.
Well, there's all kind of booths surrounding the Peace Park, so it kind of brings and funnels the audience right here. And when they start hearing it, then they want to sit down because it's exciting what we're doing. Great speakers.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a great convention. I know you're rushing off to an event. We're very honored that you were here with us to open the show. And now I'm going to just show people a little bit of what's going on here in the Peace Park, and we're going to come back to the live Zoom. Thank you. That's one of the big things we do here is we exchange cards and connect to people. Connect, and that's the key. Thank you.
Our star of the show is Stardom. One of the delegates. So our my home district 6270. We are the birthplace of Paul Harris, founder of Rotary. We got our cheering crowd going on over here.
Hey, Paul Harris.
And then we're also for 45 years, we've been the proud home of World Affairs Seminar. So for over 45 years, we've been shaping and unlocking the power of youth to be change makers and peace builders. So Rotary's commitment to peace has been long-standing, long before peace builder clubs were even thought. Rotary was founded from the standpoint of ethical businessship and partnership in 1921. So we were added to our Constitution. In 1925, we were instrumental in part of recovering the
Hello. We're live on the People Powered Planet podcast, going out on Zoom to hundreds of people. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about the Rotary Action Group for Peace?
Rotary Action Peace, we educate, we engage, and what else do we do? We educate, we engage, we empower.
Empower.
Yes, we empower peaceful thoughts. We work on a lot of education. We work with other groups. We work with IEP, the Institute for Economics and Peace. We work with Mediators Beyond Borders. We form teams and go out and help with all sorts of projects. And everybody out there listening, if you're not in the Rotary Action Group for Peace, you can go to rotaryactiongroupforpeace.org and join up right away.
Fantastic. Thank you. Here's the QR code for Rotarians are Peace Builders. All right. Well, thank you so much for all your good work. So as you see, there's all these booths, Rotary Action Group Against Slavery, and other working for the Oregon Peace Trail. We have a fabulous little, here is a very peaceful spot to reflect on global peace. You can step in here and you can get a little breath of nature, a little breath of the beauty of nature as you smell the change in the atmosphere when we're around plants and understand the value of sustainable living and the limits of our earth. This is as the discussions are going outside, this is a quiet place to center within and understand the wonderful power of plants and of all the different species and ecosystems and fauna and flora of our planet. A circular economy, a smarter way to move forward. Let's take a moment to breathe that into us. I love this fresh air and the smell of these flowers. Very beautiful. Biodiversity, that's the key. Boy, we have a wonderful planet to save, and I'm so glad we're going to do it because, wow, it would be sure to be a waste to blow this beautiful blue marble magic home we have. Let's talk to Kat. Can you introduce us to Kat here a minute? Hello, Kat. We're live on the Rotary E-Club of World Peace. And I would love for you to tell us a little bit more about what we're doing here, Kat. Kat's a fantastic peace builder.
So we're here at the Peace Park. It's a partnership between the Environmental Sustainability Rotary Action Group and the Rotary Action Group for Peace. Have you walked through the dome yet? Okay. And right now on stage, we have speakers throughout the Peace Park. We have past presidents of Rotary. We have Nobel Peace Prize winners. We have kiosks where people are able to present their organization.
So much background.
And what I can tell you is that if you come to the Peace Park that will be in Taiwan, in Taipei next June, right? Yeah. We will be even bigger and better, and peace is right now rippling out of the center of Calgary, Canada. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Kat. Thank you for all you do. It's fabulous work. Okay. And what are these flowers here? And let's say it loudly.
These flowers have messages of peace on them. They're colorful, they're intimate, and they're personal wishes for peace on our planet. Maybe you'd like to make some at your home.
So you see people's wishes for peace. And some of them are on the inside. Anyway, there we go. Okay. Now, let me take you over here to the peace activators. Here's some of the messages from people from around the country. Peace is possible. Learn to negotiate, sit and talk in Pakistan, etc., all over the world. Now, here we have Global Voices for Peace. We're live on our People Powered Planet podcast. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing here.
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you for the opportunity. So I was sitting around a year ago, like all of us, talking about or listening to all the negative discourse about how people get along in the world. I'm a Rotary Peace Fellow, so I reached out to my community of peace builders and I asked them what needs to happen for humanity to find a way to peace in the world. And what happened was I got 105 responses, and I put them together in this book. So there are 1 or 2 page responses, and they end up with they sort of self-organized into all these different topics. You know, everything from we need to build peace within ourselves to nuclear disarmament to activism, advocacy, and leadership.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. Now that's a book I'd love to have. I don't read many books, but a book that has a little short messages of that sort of that's the key question. That's the key question in my life and in all of us. So here we are at this wonderful Peace Park, enjoying peace builders everywhere. That's fantastic. Yes, that is a fantastic book. So much. Great. All right. Okay, and then how much is it to buy one here? Okay, we'll come back a little later on that. So very good. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, sorry. So we have inter-country committees that are doing more great work. We have committees. People are tying together around the world, and they also have a little bit about our polling here. And you can hear more. Rotary takes you around the world in 24 hours. The sun never sets on Rotary. And we're live on a Zoom podcast here. So we're so glad to see the inter-country committees. Can you give us a word or two?
Sorry?
Can you give us a word or two? Are you with the inter-country committees?
Yes, I am chair of
Okay. Could you, in a loud voice, just say very quickly what is an inter-country committee?
The idea is to connect countries and people together to work together and to realize projects of impact, humanitarian, but not only professional, also youth exchange, sister club. You can do a lot of things, but all together. And
fantastic! What good work! Great to see so many people doing fantastic work here. Thank you. So we're going to head back now to our Rotary Club of World Peace Group as we continue our program here. Hello, Tom. Hello, Tom. Yes, so good to see you. How are you? We're live on the People Powered Planet Zoom podcast here, Tom. You want to say a word live onto the People Powered Planet podcast? And here you are down here in San Miguel de Allende.
This is by San Miguel Fred here.
Yeah, fantastic.
This is Arthur. He's from the Baja, and he's like makes films and things like that.
They're from San Miguel de Allende, and this is my wife Molly in La Misión. And how are you? So, just say one word. Can you say one word to us about what you see as far as peace building and how that connects to people in Mexico and here?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on peace building here at the Peace Park.
I don't know anything about peace building. I know I'm building a second peace pole in Nelson, and we're having an opportunity to create peace between three indigenous peoples that we're going to have their names on a peace pole. But it's I always thought it was the reconciliation was going to be between Caucasians and indigenous people, and I'm finding the challenge is between the individual indigenous peoples and within themselves.
Thank you for that good work. And let's talk more. You got Molly's contact info, right? Good. Get over here at the booth. Get my card. All right. So, as you see, this is quite an exciting opportunity here to be live at the Peace Park. Here's people taking photos of this wonderful peaceful exhibit here in Algebra Street. It's bring us a moment of stillness and joy in our beautiful planet here at the Peace Tower. And then here's the schedule of speakers coming up at the Peace Park here now. And there's an amazing talk by Rotary International President Stephanie Urchik. And she is has been on our podcast a number of times, as you know. So as you come over from the Peace Park, you come over here to where we had a poster about the Mega Meeting Live. This is where we started off here at 647 with these live interviews. And of course, here on the Mega Meeting platform that our wonderful host, Ozram Asiri, set up. We've had such incredible interviews. We saw Barry Rassin already. Holdrenak is here. Shekhar Metta. Oh, has he joined in yet, Melanie? Is Shekhar on the line?
Not yet. I'm looking.
Oh, yeah. Text him and contact him to come on, okay? He said he would be on our podcast. So go to WhatsApp. He should be in there. And then here's our John Duco is here. Stephanie Urchik, Mario de Camargo. I talked to Gordon McInally, and he said he would love to be on the podcast today, but he's got so much else going on in the convention, so he will come on later. And of course, we've had Rotary International Vice President Pat Merriweather on twice, and Hans Herman Kassin. Oh, the wonderful Grace Van Jill with the Rotary Action Group for Peace, the one we were just talking to over there. And Judith Dement is now listening to the new incoming president, Francesco, and maybe we're going to go up there to that room where he's speaking and join him in that talk. But let's see if we can get let's see what how Melanie's doing, and we'll get back to that. And we had Ira right here at the booth. He's been doing a fabulous job talking to people about the crucial need to stop nuclear war now, and the wonderful Ozram, as we mentioned. So thank you for being here and part of the People Powered Planet podcast. And the People Powered Planet podcast, while the mega meetings are intermittent from time to time when we have great opportunities like this, every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, and you can see it on the website. We have wonderful People Powered Planet podcasts. So can you tell us a little more about the booth here and what are each of the projects?
Yes, this is the E-Club of World Peace, and they meet every Tuesday at 6:30 Pacific time, Tuesday evening, and you're welcome to join them. If you get, let's see, yeah, he's going to get covered. You can get that. And all these are projects that are being done by some of our our Rotary members, our E-Club members. And so they, that code will lead to some of their information as well. They will link you to further information for them. Now, I want to tell you why I'm here.
We already did that.
It's already on?
That was live. Yes, yes.
That was live?
Yes, that was live.
I
Yes.
wasn't very good live.
Oh, you're
First
good.
time. Did they get my code?
Yes, they got your code.
Okay, well then you don't have to come back and do
But you can come tell us about each of the other, just tell us the names and what are, oh, here we go.
Yeah, let's blow some bubbles. A little piece.
Here you go.
Yep,
That was one bubble. That was pretty pathetic.
here. We have the magic of Rotary, bubbles and magic wands. And in order to help people, there we go, help people discover how the magic of Rotary can overcome wars and strife. And it's sort of like making your voice heard, you know, it all comes out of breath. That's how we do it.
So this is Loving Maya. This is the Bulletproof Shield. This is one of our big projects. It's it's a conflict resolution program designed mostly for children and elementary and teens, elementary school and teens. But it's also been used by the great teacher of conflict resolution. I don't ever remember her name from the university.
Well, one of the founding first graduates of the Jimmy and Rosalind Carter School for Conflict Resolution at George Mason, even before it had Jimmy Carter's name, was Diane Lorette. And she said, despite all my years of conflict resolution training, whenever I get into a fight, a struggle, all my years of training would go right out the window. I couldn't think of a thing, and I'd use your bulletproof shield to anchor it, to think, you know, okay, B, think of the word bulletproof. B, break out. What does Brave Bust Out There say? He says, break away from the current fray. When temper's cool, then make your play.
Okay, don't go through the.
Okay, but we'll just show you here briefly, and you can go to the site. Just take this QR code and go to bullyproof.org, and you can find out what each one of those means. And they're good for anyone bullying you, whether it's a boss, a parent, a teacher, a child, a friend, a leader, or even an opposing tribe or nation. So, and then.
Okay. And then we have, this is a project being done in Ukraine to keep hope alive. So I don't know how they manage that, but anyhow, that's very important. We've got the Rotary School collaboration. And this is Mediators Beyond Borders, and they're having a peace summit on the September 29th through October 3rd. They're in Peru. It'll be fun. This is our, we want to call.
Yes, our district governor gave our Rotary E-Club Award of World Peace an award for recognition for special achievement. Your club commitment to service above self sets a shining example for Rotary around the world.
And of course, we've got Jimmy Rosalind Carter's school. And let's see, what's here? Imagining world peace, stop nuclear war. Well, that would be nice to do, don't you think? I think we should do that. Let's do it. And masterminding peace in action. And of course, this is Arthur's movie, which I'm sure you've heard about a zillion times, if not more. And it's wonderful. You should see it if you haven't.
And it's been selected for movies for grown-ups.
Oh, yeah.
July 15th. Go online. If you're in the U.S., you can go to AARP and you can watch it free there. If you're not in the U.S., you can still watch it free this month only if you go to theworldismycountry.com/club. Yeah, and then here, straighten out his shirt. And we have another member of our team here. And you'll see him down here.
This is one who been working for 5 days.
Yeah, I know.
He's
But
been
he's with
very cute for 5 days straight.
But he's also got a shirt for the Rotary, for the Club of La Mission. Okay.
Go find other people too.
All right. Now, I'm hoping we have Shekhar Metta on. Oh, yeah, yes, Barbara. Barbara, do you want to jump in a minute and tell us a little bit about this banner? And while you're doing that, I'm going to see if I can text and make sure we get Shekhar on. So take it away, Barbara. Unmute yourself.
Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate it. I'm so happy to see our program down there listed. We work in Ukraine. I've been there for 24 years, and for the past 5, exclusively in the public school system, training teachers to take a mindset of possibility and empowerment into the public school classrooms. We right now, we've reached over 17,000 students have gone through our program in 5 years and 600 teachers, and it's growing like wildfire. In fact, we're collaborating with Arthur, bringing bully proof in a new kind of a way that works in Ukraine, because there's certainly a lot of bully proofing to be done in the world. We're creating a program for the bomb shelters, which is a odd thing to be doing, but very needed right now, which takes education and trauma reduction and conflict resolution and empowerment and just letting yourself be a kid again. And it takes it into a backpack and in an imaginative, creative, educational, interactive way that builds all sorts of educational characteristics. It brings kids into a place to be able to talk about their trauma, to imagine the future that they want, and to find what is the resilience within them that they can hold on to and to grow and develop that. It is a very exciting, powerful program. And if you'd love to know more about it, please text me today here and or write info@goldenpathofpeace.org, which is our email, or take a picture of the QR code and get involved. There's a million things that need to be done, but I'll tell you, there's 350,000 teachers that can use our support right now in Ukraine.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. And Barbara, do you want to put that information in the chat as well? That would
Yes, thank you, Melanie. I will.
So happy you're here, and thank you everyone for being here. And it's kind of like we're there. It's, you know, you get the feel of it. Thank you. We're so appreciative of Arthur taking us around on a tour, right, TT? Isn't it fun? It's like, yay. And except we're missing, well, we could still, you can watch the speakers. I mean, there's some good things you can do from where we are, but it is more exciting when you can go, of course. But we're well represented there. Molly and Arthur and everybody over there in the booth are doing a great job. And does anyone have, there's Ozem. Let's see if Ozem can speak. Uh-oh, we lost him again. Oh, there he is. There he is. I'll ask you. Ozem. Shout out from Ozem. Let's hear it from you. Mr. Megameeting.com. We love you. There's Ozem. We want to know how you're doing.
I'm all right. How you doing?
We're doing great. We're just having a fun time going around with Arthur, seeing all the booths, and the Peace Park looks awesome. That is the hit place. And the booth looks fantastic. So it's very exciting. So thank you for being here. So any news, anything you'd like to report or announce about mega meetings?
Yeah, I think Otto is doing a great job over there in Calgary, showing us around the Peace Park.
Sam, you might want to speak up a little bit next to the mic or something. It's hard to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Yeah, I said, Otto is doing an awesome job over there in Calgary. He's showing us around the Peace Park, and just a few minutes ago, I saw him talking with Barry Rassin, the former Rotary International president. It's been really, really amazing showing us around the Peace Park.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, and we appreciate it. And say where you'd like to go. So, Titi, yes, tell us.
Yes, a very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody present here. I'm so excited that, I've been seeing Calgary pictures for the last few days. and I'm just missing out all the fun. But today, I'm so grateful to Arthur sir that he's making sure that we are not missing out, connecting with people, and I'm so honored and proud to be a part of this meeting. And I'm so happy that it has been such a successful convention, and it's very inspiring and motivating because next year I'm really not going to miss it for anything. I'm going to make it to China for the convention, and it's very colorful and everything. And the booth is looking very nice, very colorful, very attractive, very catchy. And I'm sure it has reached out to many people and a lot of networking and connection has happened. So thank you for making sure that we are not left out and we are also part of it. So we are in Calgary right now, all
We're
of
in
us.
Calgary. Yes, yes. Now,
Yes.
is there someplace you want Arthur to go?
Yes.
You're okay?
I think
You're
I
good?
think if I think there's some booths on environment issues, right? So if you
Oh,
can
yeah.
show that to us. The
Okay.
extract team is there, so I would love to meet them. And also, I think there are various booths. I think different issues. So I'm not very sure how many booths are presently there, and also there's a RAGME. I think the Rotary Action Group for Mental Health. They also have a booth. So I
Okay.
would love to see that if you can show that to us.
Oh, Arthur,
Yeah.
did you hear that? Arthur, did you hear? Sutiti wants to go to RAGME.
Okay, so wait, I'm not sure if I can get to all those places, but what I will do, I did text Shekhar Metta. He hadn't gotten his link, so he should join us soon. So interrupt me if he comes on, please, and I'll just go ahead and show you some of the some of the amazing things going on here as you come by. Yes, and here we have Souls for Souls. So here we are. This is community and economic development. There is an environmental area, trafficking and forced migration. Here we are. Oh, there's so many important issues, and many of the individual booths join us in the fight against sex trafficking. Rotary District 5710. I know that Osram, your host there, is also involved in that. I might want to connect with them. And here's what the Peace Park looks like from a distance. It's in the whole Peace Building and Conflict Resolution Center. And there's probably India. I mean, so many things. There's our Rotary E-Club of World Peace back there in the background behind these nice massage chairs. There's everything. There's booths with all kinds of Rotary pins. I bought a nice, well, I'll show you later. I have a Rotary belt I bought. And Peace Builder District. Can you tell us just very briefly what is? Tell us about the Rotary Peace Fellowship.
Yes,
We're live on Zoom.
Fellow, and I attended the Rotary Peace Center at Makerere University in Uganda. The Peace Fellowship is a scholarship program for non-Rotarians. We have a certificate program and a master's degree program. For my Peace Fellowship, I worked with women living in extreme poverty, getting them out of sexual exploitation and violence. And so now I started an NGO in Uganda. It's called Magenta Girls Initiative. We hope women get educated and skilled so they're not having to work in prostitution.
Good for you.
Yeah.
More great work. So many people, a whole hall full of people doing fabulous projects and work for a better world. Okay, here's the Russia-U.S. Inter-Country Committee. This is we're live on Zoom. Rotary Alive. And so how are you doing that in these tough times? Well, what we do is we have a monthly meeting with Russian Rotarians on Zoom. And, there we go. On Zoom, and we maintain our fellowship. We do a little bit of grant work, which has to do with only global grants for children. And sometimes we meet with them. We met at the conference in Istanbul because it's much easier for them to go there. We're planning on having a large contingent of Russian Rotarians coming to Taiwan because it's easy for them to do that. Fantastic. Well, I love when I was in high school, I went to Moscow and Leningrad with a group of 154 ordinary Americans on the Citizen Exchange Tour. A life-changing experience in the midst of all that time of conflict. And we're in another time of conflict. So good luck with your
Arthur.
Arthur.
Oh, yes.
Shekhar is here. Shekhar is here.
Shekhar is here. All right. Let's get Shekhar on. So, yeah, we're so glad to have Shekhar here. Shekhar, we've been having wonderful interviews. Rassin, former Rotary International president, and others. We've been showing people around the Peace Park. And so maybe in the replay, you'll get to see it all. But let's turn to you a minute. And I'll turn to you here with Rudy, the head of the Rotary Club of World Peace. We now have Shekhar Metta on, and so I'm going to let me go to with you, and so welcome, Shekhar. I'm so glad that you're on our podcast, and so sorry that they didn't let you come on live here. But see if I can get to your screen. Can I see his screen? Where are we? Shekhar, so go ahead and tell us a little bit about your thoughts here today.
Hi, everyone. It's absolutely a delight to be with all of you. I am sorry I'm a little late. Sorry I couldn't be there in person. So the Canadian authorities thought they should not give me a visa because they thought I'll not go back to India. Well,
yeah, it was so unfortunate that someone as notable with you and with business interests there and everything could get denied a visa to this incredible conference. I was just blown away and sickened by that.
So my compliments to each and every one of you for all that you all do. You are the peacemongers, people who truly believe in world peace. And as I was mentioning the other day, when there was the opening of the Peace Park, I mentioned, I strongly believe that Rotarians are people who truly can bring peace in this world. You and I may not be able to stop wars, but look at what the world is facing right now. I mean, I was just thinking the other day, if I were to color up world on a world map, if I were to color all the countries who are at war today, 3/4 of the map will be colored in red, in blood. I can't believe this. In today's time and age, when people have become more sensible, become so aware of things, how can they go to war just like this? Strange it is, but the fact is this. So, but what is it that we can do? You and I may not be able to stop a war, but we definitely can bring peace into the lives of people. We can. Everything that we do actually brings positive peace into the lives of people. Like I say, when I provide artificial limbs to someone, or you provide borewells in Bangladesh, those people had to go 2 hours just to get some water. And now they just turn on the tap and water is there. Ask that girl who had to go every day just to get some bit of water what peace is, and she'll tell you the tap that you've given to her is peace. When we put those 2 legs to Aslam Khan, who lost both his legs, and we put both the legs to him, that costs very little money, but we do it. Go and ask Aslam what peace is. He's not interested in who's at war with whom. His peace lies in those 2 artificial limbs that we get. And that's what we do every day. And what better example than polio eradication? To me, if there are champions of peace in this world, it is people who have worked for polio. I mean, it's like averting a world war. That's how it was. I mean, 20 million people died in the First World War, and more than those numbers are the people that we have saved lives of. So there cannot be a better positive peace, a way for better positive peace than what we keep working. So I encourage each of us, let's believe that we will be able to bring peace. Someday, some sense will get into people who are at war. They will understand peace is a better alternative than war. And that is when we'll try to bring peace into the lives of individuals, whether it is bringing water to them, whether it is bringing toilets to schoolgirls, whether it is getting sanitary pads to them who are still using rags and leaves, whether we ensure that we care for the climate. Otherwise, we never know when the next series of COVID is going to hit us, or something similar to COVID is going to hit us. All of this is going to bring peace in our lives. If we don't care for the environment, if we don't care for people, I think that is not bringing peace into the lives of people. So Arthur and each one of you who's here, my compliments to each one of you for what you are doing relentlessly, working for peace. If there is a silver lining in these dark clouds nowadays of war everywhere, it is this group of people and all such people around the world who believe peace is possible. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Shekhar, thank you so much. And thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. That was beautifully said. Yes, that's right. The silver lining, and we're here. And we know peace is better than war. And yeah, and you can resolve any conflicts. We don't want to be tricked into killing each other, killing our brothers and sisters, and awful things like that. We don't have to do it that way. We have conflict resolution, we have education, we have people showing how it's done. We want to have lots of mentors out there showing that they can live without resulting to war. We can all do that. We can all resist killing each other. Yeah. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And is there anywhere you'd like to go in the Peace Park? Because you didn't, did you see it? You saw a little bit, but you can go back and see where Arthur took us. But so exciting, so exciting. So this is something very important that you just mentioned at the very beginning. You were denied a visa. You were denied traveling. You were denied the opportunity to go to this amazing Rotary International Convention. And that is wrong. That is not how we want to live our lives. That's not how we want to have our world. Everyone has the right to travel. It's a given human right. And you should not be sitting there. You should be standing next to Arthur. And it's awful and frustrating, but we can't give up. We can't give up. We know that
Let me tell you, I may not be there physically, but in spirit, I'm right next to each one of you and next to Arthur.
Thank you. Thank you.
I believe it. I believe in what you believe in.
Great. Thank you so much. And again, this is what the whole movie, the movie you like, The World Is My Country, is all about. Seeing the future where, it's so fun to go to Europe, where you just go from one country to the next. The United States, wonderful. You go from one state to the next, when that is possible. I mean, the humanity of that is beautiful. You feel more human, that you're not blocked and stopped. So we're so, I know you're there in spirit. That's wonderful. I'm so glad we could do this, this wonderful live talk, tour from Calgary. There's our okay, Arthur.
So we're going now. We're heading up. We're going to try to see if we can hear Francesco, the new speaker. So we have a wonderful, one of the wonderful volunteers here, taking our podcast up the escalator. And Shekhar, can you tell us something about Francesco? Tell us what you know about the new Rotary International president from Italy.
So Francesco is an excellent guy. He was to be the chair for the presidential conference that I was having in Europe. And then Jennifer requested me, can I borrow Francesco to become the convention chair for Melbourne? I agreed to it. But Francesco is an excellent guy. He's come twice to India, very close. He's come to my city. Great people. He's going to be an excellent president. He's got very little time, but I tell you, he'll hit the ground running.
Fantastic. Okay, so we're heading down now. Here we are at the beautiful in the convention center. And anyway, Stephanie gave a fabulous talk, and she talked about how she was bullied when she was a little girl, and how having been bullied and then having heard the stories of World War II from her father, those were key things that helped activate her to work for peace. And so she chose as a theme for the entire year the subject of peace. And she's been on our Mega Meeting podcast twice or three times. And so we're now the Calgary Convention Hall. We'll next be interviewing Judith Dement, who is, as I just already introduced. So there's the Peace Park. We walk into this beautiful exhibit hall, and we see various other exhibits on our way to go interview Judith. Here we are. So blindness prevention. I mean, every subject imaginable. Mental health. I heard someone mention they wanted to hear about mental health initiatives. So let's do a quick one. So can you tell us a little bit more about Rotary's mental health initiatives? We're on a live podcast, Zoom, with people around the world.
This is where Rotarians can follow board organized call to action to help on mental health initiatives throughout the world. We have a whole series of toolkits that clubs can use on training children, training teachers, training counselors on anxiety, empathy, loneliness, all the way up to teaching doctors on pediatricians on how to analyze, assess, and even treat mild to moderate cases. So we have a whole range of toolkits that can be downloaded by Rotarians throughout the world. We've had a lot of success on going into schools in Nigeria, India, lots of different places. We invite people. Membership is only $25 a year, and we work with chapters. So we just go ahead and click on that QR code if you'd like to join with them. All right, and you have a card or flyer? All right, here we go. All right, so there's this card. See that? And we'll pick up that money for Rotary stickers. And everything is right there on that QR code. All right, thank you. Thank you for the good work you're doing. All right. So continuing back to, here's family health AIDS prevention. Healthcare professionals. Here we are with disease prevention and treatment. Operation Eyesight. Molly, you'll have to come over here and talk about your vision program with Operation Eyesight, the Rotary Club of Grand Prairie. Yay, balloons and magic. Hooray. Okay. So there we go. Business Connect. And here we are getting back toward the Peace Park. Okay, now we're looking forward to Judith coming down here shortly.
We need to work. Hi. Well, good afternoon, dear Rotary family. I'm really happy to be with you today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. And thank you because we believe we can make a difference. Let me see if we can start with the presentations.
Okay, so look, here we have the wonderful Judith Dement. You've been on our podcast before. So here we are with two fabulous women. Eleanor Roosevelt, the architect of the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and someone who's often been there in those chambers of the United Nations, Judith Dement. Tell us a little bit about the work you are doing in the United Nations.
Well, I was dean of the Rotary representatives to the United Nations for 4 years, and we have 30 representatives to 22 agencies, including the UN in New York, the UN in Geneva, UNESCO in Paris, United Nations Environment Programme in Nairobi, and also other organizations like the Commonwealth of Nations. And I'm also Rotary's representative to the Commonwealth of Nations. And we're doing
So you were just mentioning that you were also a representative to the Commonwealth of Nations.
That's right. And so the Rotary representatives, they work with the agencies on specific projects. And at the end of the day, it's all about creating international understanding and peace. And so we do a lot of different projects. One example I can give you, Commonwealth Women's Mentoring Program for young women under the age of 30. It's a really important program. We have Rotarians have acted as mentors to these young women, and it can be really life-changing. And we're all about creating goodwill and understanding globally. And I believe these all contribute to positive peace, which is so important.
Wow, fantastic. So what are some of the highlights for you for that objective that you've been finding here at the Rotary International Convention in Calgary?
Well, of course, for nearly 30 years, my priority has been polio eradication and doing advocacy to governments. And I think one of the highlights here was certainly the session, our plenary session yesterday, when the polio program was highlighted in a brilliant way. We also had a really good breakout session yesterday on the polio program. And this morning, I was speaking at a polio breakfast, giving the senior leaders an update on the advocacy work that we do with governments. We have a team of 20 national advocacy advisors for polio. And we all work with government to persuade them to give us funding for our program. And I think since our National Advocacy Task Force was founded in 1995, we've raised over $9 billion.
$9 billion. Now, you know what fascinates me? How was the Rotary polio project able to actually pause wars?
Yes, I mean, that is quite remarkable. And of course, the most recent example is in Gaza, because we had one person in Gaza with polio. So, but the global polio eradication teams, WHO, UNICEF, Rotarians, went in and were able to vaccinate 450,000 children and stop the polio outbreak in Gaza, which I think is quite remarkable when you see the images on television and the total destruction of Gaza. To think that there are health workers there vaccinating children, stopping them getting polio, is quite remarkable.
And they were able to get both sides to agree to have a pause temporarily while they did the vaccination.
Yes, and of course, the first time that happened was in Sri Lanka many years ago, when President Ravi Ravindran got a peace deal for a week or so that with the Tamil Tigers, so that the teams, the health workers there, could go in and vaccinate children. And as a result of that, Sri Lanka became polio-free.
Wow! And what about Ukraine?
Ukraine, we are doing vaccination programs in Ukraine as well. There aren't any outbreaks in Ukraine currently, but the vaccination programs continue. In the polio program is working in the most severe areas of conflict around the world and the most challenging areas, because we have to reach every last child. And that means going into really remote areas where we're not always welcome. You have factions that don't believe in vaccination, and there's a lot of misinformation. So a lot of work is done working with communities to get their trust, so that the mothers will bring their babies out to be vaccinated.
Great. Well, I think that if we can stop wars temporarily for vaccinating kids, surely we should be able to set a new goal of eradicating war around the world so that all the kids can live in peace, because war is what causes the conditions for disease, for environmental destruction, so many things. And so I think the real key here is the peace building work that Rotary International and so many of us are doing here. Have you had a chance to tour the Peace Park and other things here now?
I have, and one of the other highlights of the week is the announcement of the new Peace Center in India. I think our peace centers, where we have these wonderful scholars learning about peace and conflict resolution, going out into the world and working to try and bring about peace. It's a very important program and very exciting that we've added another center this week in India.
Fantastic. Well, that is very exciting. And I think this is an exciting climax for our meeting. I hope you'll stick around a minute, because after I close the meeting, I want to just chat with you a little bit more. So I think Judith is a fantastic way to end our live from Calgary People Powered Planet podcast. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'm going to now turn it back to Melanie for the close. Thanks for joining us from around the world on this mega meeting on the People Powered Planet podcast.
Yay.
Let's step over here a minute to try the
Thank you, Arthur. Thank you for the tour. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's stay peaceful. We can do this. All right. We'll see you next week, everyone. Bye.
Okay.
Bye. Thanks for
Bye.
World citizen, lift up your voices. Oh, you know we got something to say. All we need is the same directions, heading in one way.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and like this video.